And here we are, legal counsel time, 436-1212. Charlie O'Hara here to answer your questions on this Wednesday morning. Make sure to pick up the phone. Give us a call, 436-1212. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Sure.
We already have some callers on the line. Good morning to you. What's your question?
Okay, in a city, is an ordinance inspector, I know there's another name for that, but I can't think of it, supposed to bring the violation before the council before notices are sent out to the residents?
Well, I'm not sure I completely know how to answer that, but basically the ordinance would be controlled by what the law says. The ordinance is actually the law. So once the ordinance is passed by the council, then the people go out, the code enforcement people, for whatever name they go by, go out and enforce the code. And if you're in violation of the code, whatever the law says, the procedure you're supposed to follow, you should follow. Usually, I think, there's a notice given in time to cure any problem there is with code enforcement. If you don't do that, then I think, at least here in the City of Wichita, we have a special court that would control that. And you'd go to that court, and the judge would enforce those laws. I mean, if there's not a judge or something to enforce those laws, nobody's going to do what they're supposed to do. So there'll be a judge to enforce them. Usually there's a notice for time for you to correct the violation. If you don't, then you end up in court.
All right, thank you for your call. Appreciate it. Thank you, Charlie, for answering that question. We're going to get back to the phones. Thanks for watching Eyewitness News. What's your question today?
Yes. I'm trying to get gas in my name, and previously I lived with someone and my rent was going towards the bills, and now they tell me I have to pay her bill off before I can get gas in my name. Can they do that?
Well, all kind of depends on the circumstances. That's not an easy question to answer. If both of you were sharing a residence and the gas was in one of your name and not the other one, usually the gas company doesn't want people playing games by saying, well, okay, it's not in my name, switch it over, so they don't have to pay a bill. So if you were living there together, usually the bank requires you to, I mean, usually the gas company would require you to do that. So normally, I think they can do that.
All right, we appreciate you calling and watching Eyewitness News. I think we have time for one more, Charlie.
Okay.
Good morning. What's your question for Charlie O'Hara today?
My question is, I got a driving while suspended about 10 years ago, and I need to know, I want to get the case expunged. Do I need the help of an attorney to do that, or can I do that myself?
Well, you can do that. You can, something like that you can do on your own. I'm not sure how easy it is for someone to do that's not an attorney. I actually think Noah Folston here in town has a pamphlet that they give people to follow the expungement. And as we've said before, what an expungement means is that you can go in and say, I've never been convicted of what you have been convicted of, so you can do it for, you know, traffic purposes or employment purposes or things like that. There's a procedure to go through. For some cases, it's much better to have an attorney. Others, you might be able to do it by yourself.
All righty, thank you, Charlie, and thank you for your calls, and thanks for watching Eyewitness News. Make sure to call us next week. Charlie will be back. We'll see you next week, Charlie.
Okay.